YouTube, we're back. Bloomburrow is here. Tiny and Mighty. This is the debut video. I'm very excited for this set, actually. This is the most excited I've been for a set in a long time. So, hopefully they don't disappoint. Already, I love this. Is that Mabel? Is that the name? Is that her name? I think. Poor little rabbit wizard. Huh. Otter and frog folk as well. Uh-oh. Wait, are we gonna see a calamity beast? Off rip? No. Oh, we might. Oh, Calamity beast! Oh, damn. Oh, they really went there with this, huh? Let's go. Yeah, you got this. Never mind, you ain't got this. Run. No, run. Ooh. That's very similar to a card art. Oh, not a card art, but a card image we got recently. Okay, that is awesome. Bloomburrow.
Welcome to Valley, a world filled to the brim with creatures, big and small, all working together as they share in the prosperity and safety of their communities. The largest settlement in Valley is Three Tree City.
Wait a minute, can I? Okay, I can. Wait a minute. So you can't see the name because it's underneath my webcam, but it's the name of this card is Baker's Bane Duo, which is hilarious because it's a raccoon and a squirrel, and there's a pie right here. Oh, let's go.
The largest settlement in Valley is Three Tree City, a massive dwelling at the conjunction of the forests and the Long River.
Okay.
Built across three ancient...
Ooh, okay, so we can look. Three Tree City. Legendary land. When it enters, choose a creature type. Add one colorless, tap 2, and tap this. Add a color, choose a color. Add an amount of mana of that color equal to the number of creatures you control of the chosen type. Oh! So let's say you have 4 squirrels on the field, and you play tree, boom. Right, you play Three Tree City. You have 4 squirrels. You pick squirrel, right? You're gonna notice a theme here with the squirrels, right? As this goes on, but you pick squirrel. Okay, you tap this. You choose green. You now gain 4 green mana because you have 4 squirrels. That's really cool. I like this.
Intertwined trees.
I like that actually.
It's home to a variety of animal folk and designed to accommodate their different sizes and shapes. Whether these creatures are most comfortable in water or...
Oh, hold up a second. Yo, that's a sick image. Valley Flood Collar. So you got mouse, bird, frog, and otter in this. That's a dope look. This is a cool card.
Or land.
Veteran Guard Mouse.
Or in the sky.
Strike Force. Okay, bro. This is called Strike Force. Or Shriek Force. Sorry, Shriek Force. And it's birds, and it might be a calamity right there. Interesting.
Three Tree City has a place for them to...
hold up. This is... Okay, wait a minute. I'm assuming they're going to show it, but it says Three Tree City, and then it says Spring down here. So I'm wondering if there's going to be 4 different card arts for Three Tree City, too.
Call home.
Like I said, they might show it.
The upper branches of Three Tree City are filled with a dazzling array of bird folk.
Oh! Plume Creed Escort. Yo, the card art. The card art alone on this is making me more excited for this set than I already was excited for this set. Holy hell, look at the art on this.
Capable of
Jackdaw Savior.
Great deeds of chivalry and selflessness, the bird folk are known for their inability.
Brother, this is called Mockingbird, and if you look at it, it's like it looks like it's mocking.
To ignore injustice.
Okay, hold
Perhaps
on. Let me.
branches of Three Tree City are filled with a dazzling array of bird folk.
Okay, so bird folk are on the top.
Of great deeds of chivalry and selflessness, the bird folk are known for their inability to ignore injustice. Perhaps nothing demonstrates the character of the bird folk quite like the Plume Creed.
Okay, I want to let them finish this sentence before I looked at Plume Creed Mentor. Okay, so you got Azorius and 1. Bird Scout, flying. Whenever this card or another creature you control with flying enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control without flying. Oh, interesting. Without flying. Oh, interesting. Okay.
A risky venture to the tip of the world, a mighty peak that no one but a brave bird folk can reach. You can recognize a bird folk who has completed the Plume Creed by the single feather they wear atop their head.
So right there's the single feather that they're talking about. Castrel, the Wind-Crested. 3 colorless and then Azorius. Bird Scout, flying. Whenever one or more birds you control deal combat damage to a player, choose one of these effects. You may put a bird creature card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield with a finality counter on it. A finality counter. Put a 1/1 counter on each bird you control. Gross. Draw a card. You guys have been... If you guys have been here long enough, I have them right here because I haven't started to put them together yet. But I have a bird, like literally the beginnings of an Avon bird deck that I've wanted to make for ages now. And then this comes out. Oh, baby.
Included in this set are several booster fun treatments to collect. One being the borderless raised foil anime cards. Dazzling raised gold foiling and exciting anime art make these cards the apex of collectability.
That is gorgeous. So all of the gold that is on this will be foil and raised. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, no wonder they were saying this set is going to be... There's been a lot of rumors that this set is going to be pricey once they start showing more stuff of it, and now I'm seeing why. Wow.
Find English versions globally in collector boosters, and Japanese versions exclusively in Japanese collector boosters.
Okay, so this is a collector booster thing, so hopefully, I've only bought 1 collector booster. I should have bought 2 or 3 or like 20. But hopefully we can get a raised anime card. That'd be dope.
The charming new Showcase Woodland Frame treatment reads Kindred faction cards in frames of foliage, evoking a sense of pastoral beauty and natural elegance.
Dude! Okay, so we have... Okay, wait a minute. Oh... Okay, so we have borderless raised foil anime cards, and then we have Showcase Woodland cards, which we've already seen to an extent, but we haven't seen the mixed color. I haven't seen a mixed color one, especially like this, because you can really see the difference between the white and the blue aspect of it. This is gorgeous as well. God damn, this set is going to be good.
They encapsulate the cozy energy of Bloomburrow and allow players to showcase their fondness for these kindred animals and express their own unique personalities. The closest natural allies of the bird folk are the mouse folk.
They're literally going to tell us about every single one of the different creature types. This is the greatest thing ever.
Plucky, loyal seekers of adventure and glory. Mousefolk have large interconnected families. There are few problems mousefolk can't overcome together.
Okay, so obviously, as you just heard there, we got mouse. So mouse is this one. So mouse is, what is that? That's, Boros? Boros? Might be Boros, it could be wrong. Red, white. 1, 3, 2. Mouse soldier. Vigilance and haste. Whenever, Seed Glade Mentor becomes the target of a spell or ability, you control for the first time each turn, put a 1/1 counter on it. Oh! Oh, alright!
All the animal folk of Valley cherish their young, and springtime is
Dude, like, this, like...
particularly rich with new life. The new mechanic.
Okay, so Flowerfoot Swordmaster. They're going to talk about this mechanic, but I'm just going to go right now. Cost 1. It's a 1/2, and you can pay 2 to use Offspring. You may pay an additional 2 as you cast this. When you do this, if you do, when this creature enters, create a 1/1 copy of it. Oh, that's sick. Whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, a mice you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. So you can play this, and you can pay 2 to make a smaller version of it that is the exact same card.
Offspring
That is sick.
enables you to create 1/1 creature tokens that represent the young version of an animal species.
This is cool. There's going to be so many tokens. There's going to be so many tokens for this, especially now it says this token's mana cost is this. So these tokens specifically for Offspring will have mana costs. That's kind of cool too. And I like this because it's very unique to this set, right? And it's one of the things that I was saying about that, and I hate to kind of feel like I'm a hypocrite right now with this, because I was very much against a lot of things in Outlaws of Thunder Junction that were very to the set, right? And this is a very to the set thing, but I like this mechanic. It's like I said,
the offspring
you
of
can
your
take me
animal
as a
folk will have the
hypocrite
same
right now if
abilities
you want,
as the
but
parent
I love
creature.
this right now.
The only difference is their 1/1 power and toughness. They are still children after all.
Okay, so Warren Warleader. He's a rabbit knight. 2 colorless, 2 white for a 4/4. When you create it, you just create a 1/1 version instead. Whenever you attack, choose 1. Create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token that's tapped and attacking, or attacking creatures you control get +1/+1. This is a sick card too.
These young creatures of Valley.
Like, look at this, dude, and like, the artwork on these are awesome too, dude. This is my favorite set of all time, and I'm not even like, you can see how much like we still have in this. Like, look at this. This is my favorite set of all time right now. Like, this is pushing my love for, like, because right now for me, like, Odyssey, Tarkir, and Lord of the Rings are like right there. This right now already is pushing that.
Show promise.
This is
and
so
are eager
cool
to take on the adventures that lie ahead. Rabbit folk are also community focused, as well as being
like
talented
that. I like the
chefs
look
and
of that.
farmers who provide food to
Look at
most
the
of
big
the
boy.
creatures in Valley. They're conflict averse as a rule,
Yo,
preferring to
look at the using like a sunflower sort of thing as a light. That's awesome.
let trouble blow over them rather than stick their noses in it. That doesn't mean that they can't
Okay. Look at dude.
defend themselves, though.
Like I said.
Phineas is one such guardian of the animal folk.
Okay, so Phineas is one of like I do believe, anyway, I could be wrong with this. I do believe Phineas is one of the like the main leading characters in this set. Ace Archer. So this is just a Selesnya right off rip, just boom boom for a 2/2 vigilance reach. Whenever they attack, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. There's a token or a rabbit. If a creature you control has a total power of 10 or greater, draw a card. That is nasty.
In Valley.
Holy
This
God, that's
adeptly
nasty.
trained archer stands ready to protect his home from afar, as well as his companions as they venture through Valley.
They're trying to make me go broke. They're trying to make me go broke. As soon as they start showing the squirrel cards on this, I'm
Gathering together is a surefire path to strength. Bloomburrow encourages your creatures to band together so they can gain
Okay, there we go. This, okay, so this is the woodland. If it's a full, like, I like that. Look at that. This showcase is beautiful, by the way. But this is Valley Quest Caller. One colorless, one white, rabbit warrior. Whenever one or more other rabbits, bats, birds, and or mice you control enter, scry. And they all gain +1/+1. Interesting. So all of those together make for an interesting dynamic. Because technically you can make a rabbit deck that has mice in it, and then they work together, maybe.
In extra benefits. These kindred animal folk must share with each other in order to survive.
Kindred animal folk. So, rabbits, bats, birds, and mice are kindred animal folk, which makes me think that the other side of it, which I think is like lizard, raccoon, squirrel, and then there's one other one, I think, maybe. Or maybe they'll just throw one of those in there, are the other kindred ones. Maybe.
The new mechanic, Gift, allows you to gift your opponent a benefit to reap more value out of a spell or artifact. The gift varies depending on the card. It might be food tokens, an extra card, a 1/1 fish, or something else. Through their natural durability, the strength of their kindred bonds, and the willingness to share, the animal folk of Valley can survive almost anything.
Okay, hold up a second. So, gift. It's another new mechanic. You guys know how I am with new mechanics. You may promise an opponent a gift as you cast this spell. If you do, they create a tapped 1/1 blue fish creature token before its other effects. Okay, because it says gift a tapped fish. Exile target non-token creature. If the gift wasn't promised, return that creature to the battlefield under its owner's control with a 1/1 counter on it at the beginning of the next end step. Interesting. Okay. So if you... Oh, okay. So let's say they just have a fish, just to make this easy. You gift them a fish. Boom. Right? There. So before its other effects happen. So if you do... you may promise them that. If you do, okay. So I remove their creature. Boom. I exile their creature. If I give them the fish, it's just exiled. It's gone. Done. Doesn't exist anymore. There's your 1/1 fish. If I don't promise them the fish, or I don't gift them the fish, right, and I don't promise them it, their creature comes back to the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it at the beginning of the next end step. Okay. Interesting mechanic. I like it. I want to see more.
To share, the animal folk of Valley can survive almost anything.
Like, it makes sense for this set, but it also could make sense for later sets, too. That's a mechanic that I feel like could be used across all of Magic, not just right here. And also, this is Three Tree City Summer Edition, which makes me think there's going to be 4 different versions of this.
There are those in Valley that prefer moonlight to sunlight. Batfolk are deeply protective of their community, occasionally superstitious, and focused on maintaining the balance between all things.
Yo, this one, not this one. Wait a minute.
Okay.
This looks dope. I'm sorry to keep pausing it all the time, but this card on some of this looks dope. Like, this looks insane.
Occasionally superstitious, and focused on maintaining the balance between all things. Light and darkness, life and death, and of course, day and night. Nocturnal creatures.
Starseer Mentor. So, Orzhov, 3/5, Bat Warlock, Flying Vigilance. The beginning of your end step. If you gained or lost life this turn, target opponent loses 3 life unless they sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card. Yeah, this set's gonna be crazy.
They use the moon and stars to determine their choices and fuel their magic.
I love the music change too.
Being awake when others are asleep, they serve as silent guardians of the vulnerable creatures of Valley. Raccoon folk are free-spirited wanderers, collectors, and entertainers. Moira.
They did not. They have a card. They have a card called Moira, Trash Tacticianer. They have a raccoon that has trash in the name. Oh man, I think it's Gruel and 1 Raccoon Warrior 2-4 at the beginning of your first main phase. Add red or green for each raccoon you control. Whenever you expend 4, you gain 3 life. You expend 4 as you spend your 4th total mana to cast spells during a turn. Whenever you expend 8, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play these cards. I feel like you're going to go into this because this seems new.
Trash Tactician wields new mechanic, Expend, rewarding you for spending 4 or more mana in a single turn. This fearsome raccoon...
Brother, as if green didn't need better things. Now green is still getting more better things for making big beefy boys.
Also likes to work closely with fellow raccoon folk, adding red or green mana for each raccoon you control.
That's gross.
Rather than... Settling down in Three Tree City or elsewhere, raccoons spend their lives on the move, acquiring a hoard of objects along the way. Some may call it trash, but to a raccoon,
take out the
every
trash.
broken
Is the name of that card.
piece of wagon wheel is a treasure.
Autumn.
There are even more creatures who thrive in odd and adverse circumstances in Three Tree City. The lizard folk are a culture of expressive artists. They value creation and destruction in equal measure. Lizards also have a spirit.
Fireglass Mentor. So that's Rakdos for a 2/1 Lizard Warlock. A lot of something Warlocks they're showing. At the beginning of your second main phase, if an opponent lost life this turn, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them. Until the end of turn, you may play that card.
Spiritual attachment to
That's
fire.
cool.
As cold-blooded creatures, they rely on the heat from flame when sunbathing is not an option. Lizard communities can often be found bundled together around a fire or furnace, sharing this sacred connection.
Okay. That Winter's card looks great, by the way, for Three Tree City.
The squirrel...
Everyone shut up. Everyone shut up. I know everyone's talking right now. Here we get into the important part now.
The squirrel folk are morbid stewards of land and the life-death cycle. Though they focus mostly on burying...
Oh, Camilla, the Seed Miser. I forgot what this is. Green, black, 1, Squirrel, Warlock, Shocking, Menace. Other squirrels you control have Menace. That's gross! 3/3. Whenever you sacrifice 1 or more foods, create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. Forage. 2, forage. Put a 1/1 counter on each squirrel you control. To forage, exile 3 cards from your graveyards or sacrifice a food. Oh, squirrels are back, baby.
The remains of the dead.
Oh, squirrels are back!
A select few squirrel folk are able...
I need this. I might be spending a dumb amount of money just to buy this one card. This is sick.
Able to bring bones back from the grave for their own purposes.
Oh.
The squirrel folk have also become expert...
no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Husky about to lose a lot of money.
At maintaining themselves through caches of food collected through the art of foraging.
Oh, no.
The new mechanic, Forage, is a squirrel...
Osteomancer Adept. 1 colorless, 1 black, 2/2 Squirrel Warlock with Death Touch. Until end of turn, you may cast a creature spells from your graveyard by foraging in addition to paying their other costs. If you cast a spell this way, that creature enters with a finality count on it. If a creature with a finality counter on it would die, exile it instead.
Squirrel-themed mechanic that allows you to exile 3 cards from your graveyard
or
sacrifice a food token.
You're telling me that there's a mechanic that's just for squirrels? Yeah, this is the greatest set ever. Greatest set ever.
To gain an effect.
Nothing else to say.
Rat folk are isolationist keep...
Rat folk. And then look at this dude. Tide Caller. Rat Wizard of Menace 3/3. When it enters, if 7 or more cards are in your graveyard, return up to 1 target non-land permanent to its owner's hand.
Of secrets and ancient relics. They have survived harsh circumstances by forming psychic connections with native insects. With their insect companion by their side, rat folk can be quite formidable in a pinch. Down by the waterways of Three Tree City, entirely different groups make their home. The Otterfolk are playful and fun-loving, with a strong daredevil streak. They seek thrills by storm chasing.
Alania. The Divergent Storm. 3 colorless. Is it? Whenever you cast a spell, if it's the first instant spell, the first sorcery spell, or the first order spell other than Elenia you've cast this turn, you may have target opponent draw a card. If you do copy that spell, you may choose new targets to that copy. 3/5. Damn.
The practice of following menacing creatures called calamity beasts as closely as possible until the danger becomes too great.
These cards are going to go for so much money, and I'm going to lose so much money because I want at least the Squirrel one. But God, these raised foil anime cards are going to be expensive. This is going to be expensive. These are going to hurt too, but this is going to be expensive.
Even for these adventurous critters. The frog folk are curious and intelligent.
Froggy boys?
They possess a unique culture of augury, which allows them a limited understanding of the future. While their foresight makes them an instrumental...
Alright, so what is this? This is Simic. Simic and 2, Lily Splash Mentor, 4/4 Frog Druid with reach. 1 and Simic. Exile another target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a 1/1 counter on it. Okay, so just like phasing out, right? Exile it, bring it back.
Part of life in Valley, it also results in many frogs
but it's only
being
as a
fatalistic.
Sorcery. Okay.
It's hard to smile when you can always see the waiting doom.
Okay.
Sometimes the frog folk, acting on their own...
Glarb. Calamity's Augur. Black, green, blue. Interesting. Frog Wizard Noble. Death Touch. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands and cast spells with a mana value of 4 or greater from the top of your library. Survey 2 for a 2/4. That's gross.
Foresight can bring doom upon themselves.
Legendary creature Frog Wizard Noble.
Glarb, for instance.
Okay, it was just the show. I thought this was about to be another anime one. I was about to lose my mind. It's not. It's a showcase woodland, but still, this is dope. He looks ugly as shit.
Has recently stolen an egg from the great night owl.
Oh, good.
Inviting retaliatory wrath from the power...
Ooh. First look at our first Calamity Beast. Maha! It's Feathers Knight. 3 colorless, 2 black, elemental bird, flying tramp with ward of discard a card. Creatures your opponent's control have a base toughness of 1. And it's a 6/5. That is insane. Just this line right here is insane. Creatures your opponent's control have a base toughness of 1. Because there's a lot of black cards that are just like... non-token creatures or token creatures get -1/-1 that are enchantments. If you have one of those on the field and you drop Maha, everything on their board dies. Immediately.
Powerfully winged creature of darkness. This legendary
gotta be an
elemental
anime
bird
version of this.
carries night on its wings that blackens the sky.
There's gotta be, right?
Maha is just one of the many dangers across Valley. These animal folk...
Iga, Eater of All. Elemental Cat. 3 colorless, and God, I can't remember green and black for some reason. Tell me what green and black is. Someone in chat, let me know in the comments. Ward of Sacrifice of Food. Other creatures are food artifacts in addition to their other types and have tap 2, sacrifice this permanent to gain 3 life. Whenever a food is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put 2 1/1 counters on Igra. Dude, these
must coexist with
these calamity beasts are insane.
Mighty creatures which blur the line between coexist with dangers across Valley. These animal folk must coexist with calamity beasts.
This calamity beast
mighty
is insane.
Creatures which blur the line between flesh and blood animals and elemental forces of nature. And for naturalists, the border...
It's like, dude, this is a borderless, like, old school, like, adventurer paint, like they found these things and they're like drawing them out. That's what this looks like. These are beautiful.
Field notes treatment.
Field notes. There we go. Thank you. Field notes. That's a great.
Rendered in the.
Look at it down here. You can see the owl's head and the feather, and then dude.
Wild by a loving hand, but the people of Three Tree City are not helpless. The great hero Mabel forms a party of adventurers to protect Valley against the calamity beasts, aided by the now transformed Ral Zarek.
Ral Zarek is an otter. Crackling Wit. Is it in 2? Planeswalker for 4. So this is our Planeswalker. The set is Ral. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a loaded counter on Ral. Gross for it being is it? Because yeah, you can just throw him on there. Create a 1/1 blue-red auto creature token with prowess. Draw 3 cards and discard 2. Draw 3 cards. You gain an emblem with instant and sorcery spells you cast have Storm. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it for each spell you cast before this turn. That is insane.
Who is more than happy to lend a paw.
That is
Since
insane.
there are no humans to be found on Bloomburrow, Ral has magically transformed into an otter upon arriving on this.
Dude, the borderless, dude, these different versions, the different card treatments in this set are genuinely insane.
Plane. How interesting.
I love that he's an otter.
Even without help from allies outside of Valley, the animal folk are capable of using magic to defend themselves. A cycle of modal spells allows you to select from a list of 3 abilities. In this set, they're each valued at 1, 2, or 3 paws. Choose up to 5 paws worth to gain those effects. You may even choose the same mode more than once.
Whoa, hold up a second, because that's another whole new mechanic. So, modes. Choose up to 5 paws worth of modes. You may choose the same mode more than once. So, draw a card, choose the artifact or creature you control, create a token that's a copy of it, return each non-land, non-token permanent to its owner's hand. So you could technically just draw 5 cards. I mean, this costs 6, so this is a hefty card. But still, you could technically just do this 5 times. You would do this twice and this once. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's another way of wording the different, like, pay extra for this or pay extra for that. It's another way of wording it without wording it. This adds a lot of flavor to the player.
Those effects. You may
I don't know
even
how I
choose
feel
the
about it
same
right now,
mode more
but it's
than once.
interesting.
The card type class is returning with a focus on bakers, blacksmiths, artists, and other villagers.
Yes.
Pay the mana cost at each level to gain its ability.
So yes, this is enchantment class, artist talent. Gain the next level as a sorcery to its ability. So whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may discard a card if you do draw a card. Then you pay 3. It goes up to level 2. Non-creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Then you play 3 again to level up to level 3. If a source would deal combat damage to a permanent, instead it deals that much damage plus 2.
Working your way down to all 3. Life goes on in Valley.
Dude, this... I can't say enough good things about this set, bro.
The turning of the seasons, the tilling of the earth, and the occasional upheaval are all aspects of the everyday to these brave critters. It is not the mighty warriors that make Three Tree City what it is, but the little folk who carry on day after day. There are also heroes and commanders in Valley who are truly adept at inspiring the animals around them.
The odd acorn gang.
Led by Bellow, Bard of the Brown.
Okay, so here's the commander looks now. I was wondering when we get to this. So we're gonna...
Adept at inspiring the animals around them. Led by Bellow, Bard of the Brambles, the animated army deck lets you ramp into impressive calamity beasts, cast expensive permanents to synergize with the main set's expend mechanic. With
Hold up a second. So this said to go into Calamity Beast. So I wonder if there's actually going to be a Calamity Beast in this deck. But, so we have, my brain is fried right now. I'm overwhelmed with this, to be genuinely honest. Green, red, and 1, Raccoon Bard, Bellow, the Bard of the Brambles, 3/3. During your turn, each non-equipment artifact and non-aura enchantment you control with a mana value of 4 or greater is a 4/4 elemental creature in addition to its other types, has indestructible haste, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Wow!
With Commander Zinnia, Valley's voice, the Family Matters deck specializes in doubling up on enters the battlefield effects by granting your creatures offspring. Fill the board with 1/1 token versions of your creatures.
Yeah, that's really kind of cool. Okay, it's getting to the important one next. So, blue, red, white, Bird Bard, 1/3, flying. It gets plus X plus 0, where X is the number of other creatures you control with a base power of 1. All creature spells you have cast have offspring 2. So, yeah, that's what... dude, that's gross.
Hazel of the Root Bloom leads the Squirreled Away deck. Outvalue your foes with a combination of squirrel and food tokens. This deck includes some traditional kindred effects for squirrel fans.
Yes. Squirrel fans. I pre-ordered this deck. Hazel of the Rot Bloom. 2 colorless, and then green and black. 3/5. Squirrel Druid. Paid 2 life. Tap X untapped tokens you control. Create X mana in any combination of your choice. At the beginning of your end step, create a token that's a copy of target token you control. If that token is a squirrel, instead create 2 tokens as a copy of it. That is gross. Oh, my squirrel deck on Arena is about to get completely reworked now. Oh my god. That is gross. I love this. Yep, Husky's back to squirreling.
With the Peace Offering deck, Miss Bumbleflower hands out cards using the gift mechanic. This deck evokes a group hug style of play that's friendly, until it isn't.
Okay. 1 colorless, green, white, blue, rabbit citizen, 1/5 vigilance. Whenever you cast a spell, target opponent draws a card. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature if it has flying. It gains flying until end of turn. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, draw 2 cards. Okay.
In addition to the main sets, Imagine Courageous.
Dude, this is Tameo Field Research. Tameo, Field Researcher. This is dope.
Critters cards. Tameo is one of 4 that can be found in the Commander decks.
Oh!
Because Bloomburrow has its own unique aesthetic, 4 that can be to the main friendly, until it isn't. In addition to the main sets, Imagine Courageous Critters cards, Tameo is one of 4 that can be found in the Commander decks. Because Bloomburrow has its own unique aesthetic, planeswalkers and creatures who happen to end up here, like Ral, are transformed into denizens of Valley.
Okay.
With the Imagine Courageous Critters treatment, your favorite planeswalkers and creatures have been utterly transformed by the adorable lens of Bloomburrow, which brings out their inner animal folk. See powerful creatures burrow.
It doesn't say the name of this, though. That's annoying. It doesn't say the name of this card. I hate that. But that means that means this is a suit. Like, who is that?
Their inner animal folk. See powerful creatures
and
favorite planeswalkers as squirrels, birds, bats, otters, and more. Like this sly planeswalker.
Jace is a fox. That's yeah, that's wild.
If he were to appear here in the land of animal folk.
Of course.
And characters aren't the only ones to get a reimagining. Powerful weapons also.
Sword of Fire and Ice. Wow. Okay, so they're reprinting Sword of Fire and Ice for this. That's dope looking. That looks sick.
The Sword of Fire and Ice looks a little different when wielded by an otter.
That's fair.
If you'd like to visit Three Tree City and all the creatures of Valley, you'll have your chance soon. You can play early at your local game store.
Oh my god, that is the anime versions of the Commander decks right there. Oh my god, they have the anime versions of the Commander decks.
For pre-release starting the weekend of July the 26th, and on MTG Arena on July the 30th.
So July 30th I'll be doing Arena.
We'll see you on August the 2nd, when Bloomburrow will be available everywhere. Keep an eye out for the Buy a Box promo and bundle promo cards.
Flubs the Fool. Green, blue, red, Frog Scout 05. You may play additional land on each of your turns. When you play a land or cast a spell, draw a card if you have no cards in hand, otherwise discard a card. Thundertrap Trainer. 1 colorless, 1 blue. Otter Wizard with offspring of 4. That's a big one. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. Reveal a non-land creature from among them. Put it in your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of your library. All right.
Learn more about the adventures of Mabel and her party with story episodes now online at magic.wizards.com.
I started listening to them. They're actually very good.
We hope you'll come visit us soon in our peaceful valley under the trees.
Okay, this has been a long video. I'm sorry. But I wanted to do this because this is the most excited I've been for a set in a very long time. So I'm going to wrap this up decently fast. I love the tribal aspect of it. I love the two-color aspect of it. I love the new mechanics are cool and interesting. Yet again, like I said, I sound like a hypocrite. I know. I'm sorry. But they genuinely do. Offspring is such a cool mechanic. Forge is such a cool mechanic because I love squirrels. I love the squirrel cards. I have a squirrel deck on MTG Arena. I had a squirrel deck when I was in high school. I pre-ordered the squirrel pre-con deck. Squirrels are my jam. I dig squirrels for Magic, right? I personally love this set. This set it looks so fun, and I'm going to buy so many cards from this. Singles, product, I'm gonna buy it. It's gonna be gross. It's gonna be gross because some of these cards are so cool looking. I want to have them for my collection. But that's all I'm gonna do for right now because, like I said, this is a long video, right? A lot of pausing, a lot of reading, a lot of going over every single thing. So, with that being said, right? What did you guys think? Did you guys like this? Did you not like this? Let me know down in the comments down below, right? Are you excited for Bloomburrow or not? I am. I am so excited for this. So, let me know down in the comments, right? As always, depending on where you are, I'm one after even nice to stay safe. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye. I'm literally going to spend so much money because I'm saying it right now. I am going to buy this one online. I'm going to buy this off of TCG Arena. Camellia the Seed Miser. Or Camellia? Either way, I'm going to buy her. She looks awesome. I need this card. It will be mine.